Hi, I'm Kathy, and I am our senior label technician here at SnapPress. This is our Centra high-speed label finishing system. It allows you to cut medias up to 14 inches in width, laminate, and split multiple jobs all at once. Let's show you how it sets up. To start, you would turn on the Centra using the green start button. Next, to help thread the machine, we need to take our accumulators and raise them up. You'll see that there are these two notches here to hold the accumulators in a resting position. At this stage, you also want to make sure that your wires are taut. This tells us that the motors are active and engaged. Once the accumulators are in the upper rest position here, you're going to take your roll media and set it onto the input mandrel here. So your media roll slides onto the mandrel like so, and then you want to pull a section here and align it with your media width guide. This is a 12-inch roll, so we want to align it with the 12-inch marker. Once you are aligned to your media's width, you're going to turn the red knob clockwise to tighten. Once your media roll has been secure, you're going to pull out roughly a 4-foot length of media and guide it underneath this rubber roller here, feeding it in between these two pinch rollers and up and over the platen plate. When setting up the Centra, you'll want to pull your full media width all the way through the machine like this, coming out of the back end roughly 1 foot. This will give you enough media to fully web the Centra. Back on the input side of the machine, we're going to align again with a secondary media ruler, ensuring that you are aligned to the proper length. And then taking this knob here, we're going to close our pinch rollers and secure the media in place. Once you have your pinch rollers locked and engaged, ensure that you have even tension going across your paper width. Once secure, remove the media, and we're going to go over this roller here to feed down into our accumulator. We're then going to take the paper and wrap it around the input accumulator, feeding it back up and out. While you're webbing the machine, you want to ensure that you have even tension across the entire media path. Once you have your media around your input accumulator, you're then going to feed the media across your platen plate. Once you get to this stage here, again, we are going to ensure that our tension is even across the web. We're also going to ensure that our 4 pinch rollers here are across the media at an even distance, with the outer ones being a 1/2 inch off of the edge of your media. Once you're happy with the position, you're going to use this knob here to lock your rollers into place. Now that we've gotten to this stage, we're going to do the reverse for the output side of what we did on the input side. This involves taking the media, going down around the output accumulator, feeding back up, and going through the secondary output pinch rollers. Once again, ensuring even tension and aligning with your media ruler. Once you're happy with the position, similarly, you lock it into place. Finishing steps for webbing the machine involve releasing your input and output accumulators from their resting holds. Simply lift up and push in the hold. Where we have even tension, this accumulator will stay in place. We're also going to do that to the input side, while also releasing this pinch roller to allow the accumulator to come down to a resting loading position and locking our roller back into place. When you turn on the Centra, our remote panel will launch automatically. After webbing the Centra, what you'll need to do is activate the supply motor, and then you'll push motors mode off. This will engage all of our motors, while also giving you a warning that other motors aren't currently active. Ready? You push motors mode to engage all active motors. The input accumulator will begin to drop to its fill position. Once you see your accumulators positioned as so, you are ready to run. And that is how you web our Centra high-speed label finisher. If your finished job requires lamination, you have the option to do so. Take your roll of lamination and slide it on. From here, you're going to take a length and stretch it down to align it with your media. We recommend using a lamination that is a 1/4 inch smaller than your printed media. In this instance, we have a 12-inch printed media and an 11 3/4 inch lamination. After aligning your lamination to your media, you will secure by twisting this knob clockwise to lock your lamination into place. Take the end of your lamination and fold it up and tuck it underneath this roller. Once you're happy with the position, you will lock this roller into place with this handle. Trim off the excess lamination. Once your lamination is attached and locked into place, you'll need to activate the lamination motor as well. Once the Centra has been loaded, we need to align our media and registration marks with the laser. Using the directional arrows in the remote panel, you will begin to jog the media forward. Now we're going to move the blade carriage along with the laser to align with our registration mark. You're aiming to have the red laser align with the right rear corner. You take your cardboard core and slide it onto the mandrel. Next, you're going to take your media, slide it back to here, and we're going to go over our tension bar here. You're going to make sure that your media lines up with your cardboard core and then secure the core into place. You will remove the liner from your adhesive material. Peel all the way across and then apply. Take your excess liner, removing from your waste, feed through the splitting station and back out to your output mandrels. Once your Centra has been set up and your lamination is applied, if needed, we'll now select our cut file. To do so, in the Centra's remote panel, you will select Cut File and then navigate to where your plot file for cutting is located. After selecting your cut file, the laser will begin to read your registration marks. After the first cut has been made, you're going to want to test that the cut went through all of the way. You can use any kind of hook tool or your fingernails to peel, and there's your finished label. Stage, you can now adjust your position of cut as well as the force, which adjusts how deep of a cut the blade will go. So now, once your finished cuts have reached this stage, if you were to run a multi-job print, you have the option of splitting your one finished printed roll into multiple finished label rolls. To do so, you will adjust these cutting blades right here. You loosen the back screw and then can move the blades freely along the bar. You'll want to position them where you want the rolls to be split. Tighten, and then using the red lever, lock into place and engage the blades. You have the option to slice into multiple rolls. All you would need is an additional blade holder to be added to the bar. After cutting several frames, you'll now see that we have enough length to attach to our output rolls. You have two output mandrels, an upper and a lower. And we do this so that when you're splitting rolls, you can then stagger and alternate the rolls like I am about to do. You would then take your smaller, cut down to size cardboard cores and slide onto your selected mandrels. Next, you'll take your finished strip and align to your cardboard core. You can either use a label or a piece of tape to attach to the core. Once your media has been attached to the cores, you will tighten them down on the mandrel. Once your job is finished being cut, it's as easy as turning off the motors for your upper and lower mandrels, cut across, unloosen by turning counterclockwise. Now you can slide your finished rolls off, and you have a finished complete roll of labels ready for shipping for your customer.